Huge audience.
Welcome.
Why are you sitting there?
Shh, we're on camera. Because Mayor Fontaine's not feeling well tonight, so I'm going to step in. So I'll call the meeting to order. Councillor Slipp.
In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge our meeting place. The City of Flin Flon Council Chambers is situated on the ancestral lands of the Treaty 5 territory. We would like to acknowledge that we also work in partnership with First Nations in Treaty 6 and 10 territories and the Red River Métis Nation.
Thank you. And reading and confirming of the minutes, Councillor Hanson.
Be it resolved that the minutes of a regular meeting of council held November 4th be adopted as received.
Second. All in favor? Carried. Why are you laughing?
Because I got a piece of plastic stuck to my glasses.
Okay, resolutions. Oh, check schedule. I guess I'll read. Councillor Eagle, would you like to read the check schedule, please?
Yes, Resolution 25-173, check schedule. Be it resolved that the accounts in the amount of $1,814,614.73 be approved for payment.
Second. Councillor Richardson, all in favor? Carried.
And I have another resolution, Resolution 25-174, regarding Ruth Betts and Nicole McIsaac School 2025-2026 yearbook donation. Be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon make a donation to the Ruth Betts and Nicole McIsaac Schools 2025-2026 yearbook in the amount of $150.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Councillor Slipp, all in favor?
Who's reading that one?
And my last resolution is Resolution 25-175. This is the Canada Housing Infrastructure Fund, known as CHIF, provincial-territorial streams, Saskatchewan. Whereas the City of Flin Flon wishes to apply for funding under the Canada Housing Infrastructure Fund, or CHIF, provincial territorial streams, Saskatchewan. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Flin Flon support the application for the CHIF grant for the City of Flin Flon water infrastructure rehabilitation and expansion upgrades to increase housing supply, and further be it resolved that Council agrees to the following: meet legislated standards, meet the terms and conditions of the CHIF program, commit to paying the applicant's share of the eligible costs and ongoing operating and other costs associated with the project, and to ensure legislative and regulatory requirements will or have been met, including requirements for a federal environmental assessment process, provincial environmental assessment process, and requirements for Indigenous consultation or engagement.
Can I get a second? Councillor Hanson, all in favor? Carried. All right. Councillor Slipp, please.
I have one resolution, Your Worship. Flin Flon tax credit application 25-176. Be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon implement an application process for City of Flin Flon business owners to receive an offsetting tax credit of $150 for purchase and installation of business security cameras based on criteria established in the application package and provision of proof of purchase and installation.
Can I get a second? Councillor Eagle, all in favor? Carried. Councillor Richardson, please.
Tax Enforcement Act, Saskatchewan, 25-177. Be it resolved that the tax service on behalf of the City of Flin Flon be authorized under S-22-1 of the Tax Enforcement Act to commence proceedings to request title with respect to the following described lands. Roll 328000, Lot 1, BLK, PAR 400, Plan CW 5336, Extension 0. Roll 328100, Lot 2, BLK, PAR 400, Plan CW 5336, Extension 0. Roll 328200, Lot 3, BLK, PAR 400, Plan CW 5336, Extension 0. Roll 343-700, Lot 10, BLK/PAR 415, Plan, that should be 101832623, extension 16.
Can I get a second? Hanson, all in favor? Carried. So that was a quick meeting, so before we adjourn, we're just gonna mention a few things. So this Thursday at Pioneer Square, we're gonna have the Christmas tree lighting, and we hope everyone comes out to take a look at all of our new Christmas lights on Main Street. They look fantastic. So that's 5 p.m. at Pioneer Square. And then on the 25th, Women's Resource Center is having their Take Back the Night event at the Community Hall from 5 to 7. Due to weather, they're gonna do the walking inside just in case, because last year, were you there, Councillor Richardson? You said it was pretty cold.
It was very cold.
Yeah, and so also the reading from Councillor Eagle about CHIF, that's a $16 million grant that the municipality is applying for with the Saskatchewan government for waste and water works and lift station upgrades. Since we have lots of time, Councillor Eagle, did you want to talk about where you and Councillor Richardson are going to go in the beginning of December?
Certainly. Councillor Richardson and I, as well as a number of us others on council, including our Deputy Mayor, Alison Dallas, we are part of, since October, officially September this year, part of Strong Cities, which is now expanded from the United States to Canada, so it's become an international network. Councillor Richardson was part of Strong Cities last year and was invited to attend as a panelist. Last year, where was that, Councillor Richardson?
That was in Victoria.
In Victoria. This year, it has moved to Toronto. So I've been invited this year as a panelist for Strong Cities on the third day of the 3-day conference. They're very full days coming up. So Councillor Richardson and I are going to head out for that on December 8th to, actually December 8th, we're in Toronto. It's the 9th, 10th, and 11th. And on the day that I'll be presenting, we're going to be examining, among other things, but especially incivility and the rise of incivility between, sometimes in other cities and other areas, sometimes between councillor and mayors, sometimes between mayors and councils and taxpayers, sometimes between online, that becomes more than just incivility, but can turn into racial discrimination, can turn into hate comments, hateful things that really can border on criminal activities. So what we're looking at there is we're talking about how to enhance our city as well as garner other ideas from other cities about how to become, shall we say, more aware of how to speak with each other instead of to each other, at each other, and against each other. And I think in this day and age, given what we know about how we've even seen local social media sometimes really become quite depreciated, and how people speak with each other and about each other, I think that there's always room for improvement. So it should be a really good conference. We're going to give a really involved update when we come back, whenever that's possible. And we look forward to being part of making communities better.
Well said.
We,
Go ahead.
you want to talk about AMM?
Go ahead.
We, Councillor, Deputy Mayor Dallas Funk, Mayor Fontaine, myself, and CAO Capic are going next week to the AMM conference, Association of Manitoba Municipalities in Winnipeg. It's a busy, exciting time. We get to meet with a number of ministers. We get to meet with the RCMP. We get to meet, we're going to the legislature to meet with Premier Wad-Kinew to get Flin Flon's message in whatever aspect across to those people. And then we also take part in breakout sessions, learning sessions, and education. So that's happening next week.
There's some really good, I looked up at the agenda, there's some really good sessions this year. A lot, obviously, because of the season we've had in Manitoba, geared towards prevention, mitigation, working with each other during a disaster and what that looks like. I know from our perspective, some of the ministers we're meeting with, we're going to be discussing the interprovincial highway on Channing and upgrade there. We're also going to talk about the border issues that we had during the evacuation and trying to work towards a better streamlined process. But yeah, it will be exciting.
It'll be busy.
Yeah, okay. So,
I probably have a quick question.
sure.
The CHIP program.
Just a second, please, Ron.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Can someone call for adjournment?
Oh, adjournment.
Sorry.
There we go. That's okay. Welcome, our new reporter.
Yes.
And congratulations on your
Yeah, thanks,
purchase of the reminder.
Yeah.
Wind it back in the family name, eh?
Well, the truth be known, I used to go to council meetings in that, you have a little model on here of that town hall where the Northern Rainbows end.
Yeah.
I used to go to
It's
council meetings
outside,
there.
it's outside the.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah, I saw, I used to be there, yeah. But, yeah, I just didn't know, like $16 million is a lot of money.
Yes.
So, could you, like, do you have any information about that, or, I'm not sure what it
It's
is.
about infrastructure.
Yeah.
All the infrastructure from Eddie's to the end of South Main.
Okay,
Was built in 1951 and not much has been done other than boiler plugs and
Right.
repairs since then, so it's time to replace it.
We've had part of it.
Yeah.
That's a small part of it.
That's but also, if you want more of an in-depth conversation, and exactly what the grant was for, our treasurer Lynn Brown is working on it and
Okay,
along
yeah.
with our
Yes.
operations and works department.
But
Okay.
and it's a part of a commitment to, the infrastructure, the most important, but also to be more in front of the Saskatchewan provincial government and getting, lack of a better term, our share, because those people pay they live in Saskatchewan. They're as much as people from Saskatchewan as Regina is. So just a smaller population, but we're really putting a concerted effort into that. Deputy Mayor Dallas Funk and I went to the SUMA. The SUMA is the Saskatchewan Municipalities, the northern meeting, and that's just part of it, is just to be, make sure they remember Flin Flon is as a part of Saskatchewan.
Well, I think George was the mayor when Flin Flon was recognized as a municipality, were you not?
The actual recognition, I'm not sure, I don't think so. I think it was before I was here.
Oh, maybe it was the mayor before.
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
What's interesting
Oh,
though,
it was bad.
what Councillor Slipp was talking about, people, it might only be 211 people and, that's not a large amount compared to the 5,000. But when we went to that meeting on Friday, there's communities that have 85 people. And so, we're in a group of a lot of people, and our community, there's probably 10 different communities there, was sitting in the midline of population to some of these smaller communities.
I've said to Jordan McPhail, the MLA from Saskatchewan, I asked him, of course he didn't know, which is fine, how many villages are there in Saskatchewan of 200 people or less, and we know there's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what Flin Flon is. So as I say, we have as much right to be a part of the Saskatchewan conversation as any of those.
So we're gonna be at the table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they've never invested in Flin Flon.
No, and
No.
to be
To
honest,
this point.
the city hasn't really pushed it too much.
Advocated at that level,
Advocated
yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a little bit.
In the 2008, 2009 SUMA, we did ask, and at that time, that was the $12 million infrastructure project. And we were told that, well, you're new to the table, it's gonna take a few years. And I looked at the guy and I said, we're 80 years in the
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
So,
But we've learned that we have to be in front of.
Yeah,
to
you
your
gotta
point,
lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we learned that even in Manitoba, that you have to be,
yeah.
get to know the folk.
You have to be known.
Sure. Any more questions, Ron?
I'm okay, yeah.
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.